Hi, this is Gilles, the radio prepper. I was issued a challenge by Julian OH8STN at Survival Tech Nord. There is a debate going on lately amongst viewers because Julian bought a 100-watt radio and that's a lot of current draw and that's a little bit more of a setup. So my way being a minimalistic way of doing things, people have compared the two. And of course, Julian doesn't only use a 100-watt radio, he does a lot of low power operations as well. But he issued me a challenge to go out in the field with one of my tiny radios and call someone randomly. Send him my position and ask him to forward that to a friend. So it's not a complicated challenge, really. It's not really a challenge because I do that kind of stuff all the time, and that's what Morse code is, good at. There is a culture in Morse code of message forwarding. Morse code was initially used for telegraphy, and it was used to send telegrams and later radiograms. So it's very good at doing just that. Now, I'm pretty sure Julian knows I can do this fairly easily. He just wants me to get my butt off the couch. But it dawned on me that some people still believe that, tiny radios like this one, the Weber MTR, are just toys. And they're not just toys, they are very capable radios. This one has 3 bands, 20, 30 and 40 meters, but you could do as well with a 1-band radio if you choose it well, like 40 meters or 80 meters. I recall a week of primitive camping in Florida where I had my Weber MTI. It was the 2-band version at the time, and I was contacting my friend Ray in Virginia every day, every morning. And I was operating the radio, a couple of times a day, maybe a half an hour to an hour a day. I had no problem making all kinds of contacts, and at the end of the stay, I called Ray, with my radio in Morse code, and I asked him to send a message to a friend so she could pick me up at a certain place and time. And it worked just fine. There is another story from Ray that, he was filming part of a crew that filmed a survival video in Idaho, and they were finished a day earlier, so he decided to call someone randomly and send them the coordinates of their position and ask them to call the pilot for a bush plane to pick them up, and that worked just fine. And people do this kind of things all the time. I just reboxed my QCX radio, a single band Morse code only radio on 80 meters, and it works awesomely well. I make contact all over Europe every night. So, challenge accepted. But it's a little too easy, so I'm gonna add something extra. I won't come home until it's done, no matter how long it takes. I'll even try to do it with a single band radio. Next item on the list this week. I've been getting more and more interested in the 80 meter band, that's 3.5 megahertz. That's a very low frequency, which allows you to send your signal straight up and it rains back down, covering a regional range. And at first I wasn't really into 80 meters because it requires a very long antenna, 40 meters long, about 132 to 135 feet. That's a lot of wire. And I thought, well, I don't have the space to, set this up at my house at the time in Florida. But since I came back to France, I had a little bit more space, so I installed an 80 meter antenna. And it works extremely well. It's like a regional telephone. So I thought, if you go to the woods in the field, you do have a lot of space. And you're going to install your antenna horizontally to send that signal straight up. So it's not like you need a big mast or tall tree or anything like that. 132 feet of wire should be manageable. Now that's a lot of weight, so the wire tends to sag a bit. So it's best to set it up as an inverted V, like this. But it does work, so 80 meters being so useful, I decided to really try it in the field, and it has worked really well. I just decided also to make a vertical antenna, but a quarter wavelength on 80 meters is 20 meters long, so that would be, more than a 60-foot mast. And I just don't have a 60-foot mast. I have a 12-meter mast, which is about, close to 40 feet. So what do you need when you want to shorten an antenna? You can do that with an inductance, a coil. I have my PVC tubing, 40 millimeter, some magnet wire, I think it's a millimeter, maybe 1.5. I hope I have enough. I have 10 meters of electrical wire here, 10.04 meters. And to go on top of the coil, I made 3 holes, one for the antenna wire and 2 for the magnet wire, and I actually did that by hand. 120 turns later, and now I have to cut the tube, which is about 19 centimeters long. And here's the completed coil onto which I need to solder the antenna wires now. And I solder the banana jack on the other end. Fortunately, I still have some heat shrink tubing from my battery pack build, so I'm gonna use that. It's a really tight fit, but it's going to work. And here's my completed 80 meter quarter wave vertical, which would work also on 40 meters, so now I just have to test it. I'm just going to make a simple backyard test here with the coil over the mast, and the wire comes right down to the bottom of the mast. Perfect. So I have the QCX plugged in with the ZM2 tuner, and we'll see if I can tune that. The counterpoise is I don't know, probably 10-15 meters long. I'll verify the SWR with the KX2, and when I tune I get 1.5 to 1, so it's good enough. So I plugged in the QCX again, and I'm going to try to send an automated message, see if I'm picked up by the reverse beacon network. No spots on the reverse beacon network, but it's only 6 p.m, so I think it might be a little bit too early. I didn't hear much of anything on the band, so... As you can see, this antenna will require a little bit more experimentation and testing. So don't jump and buy the stuff and make one right now. I'm not quite sure I can recommend it just yet. The challenge, not certain when I'll be able to do that, probably very soon. A friend and I are setting up a training weekend, survival stuff in mid-May, so that might be a good opportunity. It's hard to find a spot in France because camping is pretty much prohibited outside of campgrounds, so we can't do anything around here. But if you look long enough, eventually you find something, so it won't be too long. Have a good one.